And we are back from our break. The party has defeated the Reavers, taken care of immediate needs of their crew, and begin to search over the enemy vessel, the barge of Ptah.
Is there anywhere where prisoners might be held?
There is the whole cargo deck, which is oftentimes also used for partitioned off for the crew and stuff like that. So the down in the hold, yeah, I mean they might be some there, but otherwise, like to a certain extent, it's like how did they modify this ship? What did they do with it and stuff like that? You know?
Yeah. All right, Braxon's going to say.
Considering that these are berserkers and everything, I doubt they keep prisoners.
That's true, but let's have a look just in case there is anyone. They might have captured the ship from some peaceful people.
So you want to like look first for prisoners and then go back over it for other things, kind of thing?
Yeah, survivors, anything like that.
Okay. All right, so you begin searching the vessel, and sure enough, you do actually find two prisoners. And the reason becomes quite clear because one of them is strapped into a large chair on the bridge.
Oh dear, this is Life-Jammer.
The prisoner is a Drakon, a large reptilian centaurioid race with a head like a dragon. And he does not want to be removed from that chair.
Why not?
Because it's hypnotic, that chair. It makes people sit there and stay on it till they die.
Is he classed as a humanoid?
He's not a humanoid, no. I mean,
I was thinking of casting Hold Person on that as well.
Not for the purposes. He's not a person for the purposes of Hold Person or Charm Person.
Can I attempt to force him out of the tier?
You can try.
That'd be like a strength check.
Well, first of all, Braxon, you have definitely heard about these. These are more powerful versions of Life Jammers called Death Helms. Life Jammers ordinarily do not make the people who sit in them want to stay in them, but these more powerful ones, which are necessary to move a larger ship like this, do have that kind of effect.
I say we chop one of the legs off the helm.
Ockar, you can try, but keep in mind that this guy is has a body kind of like built like a sauropod dinosaur, with an upper body of a reptilian humanoid. He considerably outweighs you.
Did you say that I used my Spirit Venom or not?
I don't think. I think you did end up not using it, not casting it, because I mean, well, I don't know. I'll leave it up to you whether you use it or not, whether you cast it, whether you use it or not.
Well, the reason why I'm bringing it up because I didn't realize combat was, even though you said it was like 10 left, I didn't realize it was going to end the next round. It was that quickly over.
Yeah.
So if I'd known it was just another round and they moved one,
well,
then I wouldn't have cast
it didn't end the following round. There was just no point in actually rolling the dice for it because, like, they might have inflicted some more harm on you guys.
Odds I have it, even I don't.
Well, I mean, you did cast it, so sorry. You did actually cast it. You probably would have used some of the arrows, but probably not all, just because there wouldn't have been a necessary.
Right, then I've used it. Then it was just a way of getting them off. That was all.
Well, so you might have some arrows still.
They only last 9 rounds.
That's fine. You might have some arrows still.
All right, sure. Stick him with an arrow.
I have a few questions concerning this death helm.
Is it something that requires this guy to be on the helm before you get answers for? Because
No,
Other
she.
characters are
uh,
clearly
I'm not.
intent on trying to get him off first.
No. It doesn't need to stay there. But I'd like to know if they're truly addicted to it. So even if we get him off, he will try and sit back on it.
I'm not
I don't
sure,
think
but
anyone knows in the party.
Braxton says, I'm not sure, but I think these things are evil. They suck the life out of people. I want to destroy it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah, I
lots of
think I've
spirits
seen
later on.
elements.
Wait a minute. You know, if it's if this person, this creature, is truly addicted to the point of fighting you to get off and fighting you to stay off, and will try to sit back on it, what are the withdrawals like? And how can we look after them properly? Is there any way of getting them out of the addiction?
No one knows any of those details.
Braxton's going to
Hmm.
press the button on the stick of many buttons that makes an axe, and he's going to go around. Can he get round to the back of the helm?
Yeah.
He's going to make sure he's not near the
You might
Drakon.
become addicted the moment you touch it. Even with
No,
a
he's
weapon.
going to try and chop away the rear legs on it.
It may be more cruel to take him off, you know, than to leave him on. That's why I'm asking these questions.
Well, we are trying to save him.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if he can't be saved, if he really hurts and is tortured afterwards, and it's better that he essentially jumped out the window, jumped off the ship, then quote saving him is not saving. It's actually
do I have to roll to hit?
really punishing him.
So
Yeah,
here's
but,
right, but the thing is no one knows. You won't know until you
Braxton's just
figure
gonna-
it out, Leva. That's
Braxton's just going to start at the back legs of this thing.
it's better to have a chance to save him than just let the guaranteed death take hold.
Actually, Braxon,
Uh-huh.
I've got an augury.
He's
I say that as you're swinging. Are you going to pull back
yeah.
on it? I just say that.
I mean, to a
And
certain
all-
extent, it doesn't matter if Braxton connects or not because it takes considerable effort to destroy a helm.
yeah. Braxton's
in
going to have
general,
done
so-
one hit with it.
Well, I was like,
So there's a thunk as Braxton's axe connects, and then you know as you're saying that. So
You
Braxton?
you think the helm might blow up or something?
no, I might be able to define what would happen to the person upon your destruction of the helm.
Oh,
They
so
will wants to cast Omen. Is it a good or a bad thing to take this person off the helm?
How long does it take to
It should
cast
be
Omen?
possible.
It's 2 rounds for augury.
how long does it take to unscrew the helm from the deck? Because if I remember correctly,
You've got like a 600-pound creature sitting on it. It doesn't matter if you can unscrew it or not.
I've got one shape word memorized at the moment. If you want me to do something,
Well, from what I recall, if we disconnect the helm from the deck, the helm stops working. But it might just be held down by the weight of this creature.
Yeah,
So I
you've
think
got
I'm
a
gonna
600-pound creature. If you shape wood, the best case scenario is that this plunges to
Falls
the
through.
deck below.
Leva
Yeah.
has a reduce, so she can reduce it.
reduce him
The creature or
Reduce
the
him.
helm?
or her. Is it him or
No,
her?
not the helm.
You are
the
not
creature.
familiar enough with Dracons to know.
Oh.
The Drakon says, "I don't want to get off the helm."
I think it's best we cast the Omen or Augury if we want to cast them now.
Yeah, what's
Well-
casting time on Omen?
Just a second.
I think Braxton might do another chop.
This is
Guess this-
I need to
Omen is
know
1 turn.
one
one
turn.
turn.
Okay, so Lafdul's augury will be done significantly faster than the Omen.
All right.
Yeah,
So what are you asking the augury?
Will harm come to this creature once they are removed from the chair?
Okay. So you invoke the power of the augury, you roll the dice and examine them to see what the result is, and
79. That's a percent.
79%. All right. Let me go ahead and roll that. All right. And you speak out the results of the augury. As the name implies, danger is inherent to those who sit in the helm, but it is only guaranteed over time.
Okay.
So
if we
basically, if we
remove him-
leave them on the life jammer, it's guaranteed that the danger takes their life.
Yeah, Death Helm.
Mhm.
Braxon's just going to carry on chopping.
So, just so you know, like, you can think of a life jammer as the equivalent of a minor helm, and the death helm as the equivalent of a major helm. Like, that's kind of their major, like, in terms of the power of what they provide to a ship. But they also have more, like, a death helm is more dangerous as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so Braxon begins chopping.
Haven't you got a saw, Braxon?
Well, it's a magic item. We've got to destroy the magic item. It took us a lot of effort to destroy magic items before.
So what actually happens in theory if you hit a wooden object that's magically enchanted and it doesn't break immediately? Does it show wear and tear? Or does it just resist until it breaks?
It can show wear and tear.
So it can still... Alright.
Out of curiosity, would me casting Dispel Magic on the helm help?
You've got a rod of cancellation.
Yeah, but the rod of cancellation, it's not with me at the moment. I would have to get it.
You can
I have
definitely,
the magic ready.
yeah. I mean, like, Dispel Magic would definitely have a chance of
It
disabling it for a period of time.
Yeah,
It might take away the effect that makes the creature want to sit in the helm.
yeah, I will cast
Worth a
Dispel
go.
Magic.
Okay.
One good roll.
Okay. You can
I
tell
mean,
from
it'd be
the
classed
hum that it is not
artifact.
disabled.
Yeah, it's high level.
What is it, like artifact, basically?
Helms are almost universally like the very, very next tier down from a true artifact. Yes.
Mm.
But Dispel Magic still could work on them.
It can yeah, I
Be a
mean,
high
like, you
enough
cannot
level.
permanently eliminate the magic of it, but yeah, you could disable it for 1d4 rounds.
Finn is going to cast Nap.
I'm sorry, cast what?
Nap on the Saurian.
Nap?
Nap.
He's going to put him to sleep.
Put into sleep. Sorry, I think it was just like the Discord was eating some of the sound or something like that. So I was not.
Yeah.
I literally was not sure what you were saying.
At first, I heard Nymph.
I heard that.
Discord's
Does he get a
effect.
saving throw?
Nope.
Yeah, but that's usually because it's a willing creature.
It doesn't state that in the spell anywhere.
Yeah, because I don't think it's ever used for not in that
Well,
circumstance.
no. I mean, if it doesn't have a saving throw, then you can definitely use it in a non-combat. I mean, in a combat type situation.
Oh yeah, it says put to sleep. That's
Is it touch based?
It is touch based.
So that's the bigger thing. Okay.
Yeah, you would have to.
But since he's restrained, I figure I can touch his arm near the restraint or something.
Yeah. Like that is automatic. He is not able to resist that. So, how long does he get put to sleep for?
1 hour.
Okay.
And it'll be like he slept for 8 hours.
Okay. So, he's saying, no, must not be taken from the chair. It feels too good. And you touch him and just, like, and he starts snoring loudly.
lights out.
Can
All
we?
right, let's pull him out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not easy to pull him, but it is very doable with the bunch of you.
Solas will also help with his 6 strength.
Oh, and one creature
Yeah,
is
Moral
lower level too.
support.
Braxon will temporarily lay
Only
off.
willing creatures can be
chopping.
affected by nap.
Ah,
Sorry. So if they
But
don't want to be
Lev-
put to sleep. However,
Lever
would
has,
just
what
be
would
treated
you
like a
what
slave.
would
has
you
to
say
roll-
to him to try to convince him to be willing? Like, because you can talk to him. He speaks common.
You look very tired. Why don't you take a little nap? I can help with that. Don't worry, it won't take you out of the chair.
What is your reaction adjustment to charisma?
Let's see. That would be a +3.
Okay. Okay. This is not going to be as easy because he is going to be seeing you guys as threatening.
Lever could use the wand of somnolence.
Well, let's see if this works first.
Mm-hmm.
No. Sleep would mean I can't feel it anymore. No.
I would think that it would enhance your dreams, wouldn't it?
I do not feel this in my dreams, only when awake.
But have you slept on the chair?
I have not.
Then you don't know how it would affect your dreams, do you?
All right, let's see if this. I'm going to bump this up to indifferent then from threatening, and we will roll again with that +3. But if this doesn't work, then he's not going to be convinced. He is not convinced.
Oh well, it was worth a try.
Yep.
Lever calls Talux.
Okay.
Remove this infidel.
She asks him to use. I mean, he's still got the wand of somnolence with
You would have
him,
taken
so
it back.
she.
You would have taken it back, I think.
Ah, okay.
Or he would have
So-
given it back.
How strong is Talux? Could he actually move that? What is it? A Dracon?
Dracon. He could try,
Be comparable.
but, I mean, part of it
With
is
all
also
of us
leverage.
helping.
Like, you would all still want to help out, but the Dracon would be resisting and fighting back, so it would be
But Lever would-
dangerous.
Lever would
got-
use the wand of somnolence on it.
I've got a slightly weird question, Ord.
Yeah.
When you've dealt with that. The stick of many buttons has got that button that slams out. I'm wondering if I can fit the stick when it's in its smallest form in between the legs of the chair, and then press that button.
You would risk
and-
injuring the Dracon on the
Would I?
on the
Oh,
helm,
okay.
and he is not in great condition right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, so you point the wand, tell everyone to get out of the way, and use the command word.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me double check to see if there's any hit dice restrictions on that.
Can anyone heal this guy? It might help if we healed him before we take him out the helm.
I used all my spells on the crew.
I think
That's true.
He'd
Yeah,
use some weight.
I think that you've used all your spells on healing up the crew.
What if we bring that plank?
Yeah.
With the
Finn has a
potion
couple
dropped on?
Cure Serious, but he would not be able to get them back until we get to another sphere.
Right.
You got contact on power.
Oh, that's true.
You would get your spells. It's only in the flow.
If
that
you were
can't.
specifically holding those back, then yes, you would still have those.
Yeah, those I would have held back for more serious injuries. So
Okay.
And I've got my temporary healing potions, but
However, Leva, you've pointed the wand at the Dracon on the helm. invoked it, and a cone of gas erupts from the,
I
the
gassed
tip.
him.
I'm sorry? What? Yes.
She
Yes, she gassed
gassed
him.
him.
Yes, she gassed him.
Sleeping gas.
And
That's
now
the PG version.
he has fallen asleep and is...
Good. Let's get him off.
Yeah.
Talux, please help. He's very heavy.
Okay. So you quickly remove the... undo the straps, and with many of you working together, do manage to get him off the helm.
And Sola starts treating him with basically if there's anything he can do with healing or herbalism.
Well, Finn, how many Cure Serious do you have?
He would be magical healing, not physical.
Braxton's going to go back to destroy the helm. He's
Well, hold on. Finn,
Sorry.
did you have more than one or just one?
He had 2, I heard him say.
Did he step away?
Yeah,
Right.
I have 2.
2. Okay. Yeah, only one would be necessary.
Okay.
And that would pretty much restore him to his full condition. Okay. All right. So while you guys are tending to his wounds, Braxon, you're looking at this helm.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the second prisoner.
So the second prisoner is down below, and I think
what's
at this
his
point, like
condition?
your crew would have reported that he's chained up and in bad condition, and that's why I was asking if Finn had a second one. However, you guys are busy with this guy right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Braxon, you want to try to destroy it?
Yeah, please.
Could you just throw it into a sun or something?
I mean,
We could do.
that would also take many, many years at this point because you're nowhere near a sun.
Throw it into an asteroid?
Also, the splinters of it might be useful.
No, Solas, the...
Braxon, you just want to like start chopping at it, right?
Yeah, Braxton will call out to Ockar and say, "Look, you make armor and stuff. Have you got anything that's good for snapping things apart?"
I mean, if you just work at it, it'll take a while, but you can chop it apart.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you want to
Let-
risk something like a smoke powder explosion or something like that.
Set it on fire.
Leva will go downstairs and use herself the
Finn's
On-
remaining
on the
healing spell.
second.
Finn's remaining healing spell will take care of him.
Okay.
I was going to say, we've got plenty of non-permanently used items to go through.
So, Braxton, if you want to dedicate yourself to chopping this thing up to destroy it, you can do so.
Yeah,
It'll just
yeah.
take a while,
Yeah.
if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
it's Braxton figures anything like that is evil.
Yeah, I mean it's resistant. Like
Mhm.
it's powerful magic. It's resistant to your chopping and stuff like that. But yeah, you can do it if you're persistent.
Yeah. Probably get a bit of a
it's just-
sweat on.
Like that's not the kind of thing you could do in the middle of a combat to destroy the helm. This takes time. So
Right. I see. So you can't do that if you want to stop the helmsman from flying a ship.
Right.
You'd have to knock the helmsman out.
It basically takes you multiple turns.
Yeah.
Unless you're really strong with a maul or something.
so
using something like missiles on it would they work? Would they help?
I mean it would be
Magic
any
missiles?
kind of magical attack against it that can be done would just make it take an item saving throw, and as a near artifact, it has really good saving throws.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm just
again,
working on it with axe.
anything that can destroy it, like anything that just takes persistence to do it, like chopping, it'll eventually work. So
I mean, Braxton's axe is a +4 axe. It'll
Yeah.
go for it eventually.
So, Braxon and Ockar, if he chooses, the two of them can work at it for a while. The Drakon will wake up after a few minutes. The sleep from the wand is not as long-lasting as something like nap.
Solas is there when he wakes up, basically to calm him down and basically tell him that we've rescued him.
So when he wakes up, he looks around in shock and says, "Who are you? What the? I remember wanting to be in that chair, but why? It hurt."
It's a great evil item that uses a life force to move the ship, and the evil people on this ship used you as the life force for the fuel.
Yes, I remember our ship was attacked and my brother and I were captured. Is any of the rest of my herd? Have you seen them?
Unfortunately, there was only one other prisoner that is still below the decks, but they are being treated.
Speaking of, Finn would already be on his way down to heal him.
Okay.
But,
The
we've
the
dealt with
Drakon lets out a very mournful sound and says, "My herd. They must have all been killed."
Solas gives his condolences that unfortunately there is nothing we could have done, but we have taken care of the evil reavers that were on the ship.
Solas, do you wear a beard like in your icon?
Yeah, I have trimmed beard.
Okay. The Drakon, he's woken up a little bit more and says again, "Who are you? Have you cut your beard short, Mr. Dwarf?"
I'm not a dwarf. I'm a half-elf, and I'm a part of the company of Broken Sword, and we've rescued from the reavers.
So he cocks his head and says, "But dwarfs are taller. I mean, but half elves are taller. No, shorter. Who are you?
How tall are you?
Company of the Broken Sword, you said? Sorry, I
Yes.
bungled that a little bit.
Yes, we are the company of the Broken Sword. We come from the Brawl space originally.
Brawl, yes. I've heard that there are my kind there. Are you going there?
Yes, we are going there after we've done our business in this sphere called Red Eyes that we are currently in.
Yes, my herd was here to try and hunt some creatures. I don't know much about it. Our Kaba was interested in doing so for joining a group. I don't know much about it. You get the impression that this individual is pretty young. Like he seems like a teenager, kind of, by his attitude and actions and the way he's interacting with you.
Yeah, Solas tells to him that, once we are done in this sphere, we are going back to Brawl, and I think our captain will be more than happy to allow you to come with us.
So, Braxon, you're right. You're still right there.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Solas says that basically while looking at Braxon.
Yeah, Braxon will talk in between chops and go, "Yeah, that's right. We'd be happy to have you come along. Perhaps you can tell us some details of your noble family so that we might know them."
So, Finn, by this point, you would have released the other Drakon, who is also in bad shape, and he's mobile, so you could bring him up to be with his friend. The two would give each other an embrace of some sort that you kind of would feel like it's probably a hello fellow herd member kind of embrace. And they would basically describe some things to you, about where they're from. They were just on a ship with their herd. They don't really have a permanent residence.
Do they have family left?
Not that you can tell. Beyond the fact that they, you get the impression that they would basically consider any other Dracons that they come across as family.
Okay. Well, we can take you to Bral once we are done with here.
Did you join another herd?
Yes, of course.
Would they accept you?
Well, that would be if they accept us, of course.
Does the other Braxon have any better recollection of what's happened?
Only a little bit.
I'm wondering if there might be a Reaver base where their family is being held.
They do not recall being taken to a base.
Right.
And having looked around the ship, like you don't see like a dearth of personal items that would indicate that these people are based out of someplace. So you would conclude that they live on this ship.
Yeah.
Basically mobile base.
Yeah. And from their description, you would realize that the ship that they were on was probably a tradesman, the Dracons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's their supply like? How long do they have supplies for? You can guesstimate how long they can travel between ports and where they are now.
So you would, at this point, be sending the crew off to do a full search through the ship, kind of thing, for any valuables, any cargo, that kind of thing. It'll take some time to inventory everything. But a quick thing would indicate that they probably do not have more than 3 to 4 weeks worth of food and water on board.
Yeah.
Must be relatively nearby.
I'd be a little bit cautious about taking their food in case
I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's
unpleasant.
There's some stuff like grain, sacks of grain and stuff like that seems okay, although it doesn't seem like it's been well cared for. You're pretty sure that was probably taken from other ships. The meat, no. Like you're like,
it's mystery
I don't
meat.
know what that is, but it does not look like pork or beef or something like that.
It might be long pig.
Yeah.
If the grain and such is not have not been kept well, would purify food help?
Yeah, I was gonna say purify food and water should work on that.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, I will cast purify food and water next day to the food we take from them.
All right, and Finn just said that PM'd me and said that he can check their water to see if it is safe to drink. Most of it's okay. There's some that's definitely gone bad that you would not want to take.
Yeah. But,
so what you would get is let's see. So you get a total of 560 man days worth of food and water that you would consider
560 man days.
Yeah, 560 each for food and water.
Good.
Searching through as well, the crew will report that ship does have some bundles of textiles that are pretty obviously taken from some other ship. They're in poor shape, so you would absolutely have to clean anything that you get from it if you wanted to try and resell it.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
But that's kind of up to the captain.
Yeah, I wonder if we can clean it on this ship before we take it on our ship.
It would take time.
Okay.
Well, we are going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
Fixing our ship.
I mean, it's
Captain,
almost like we
Captain,
got like
are you gonna be here for a while?
I think so. Yeah, we're down 30 hull points, so I think we want to strip off 30 hull points of wood. There's those shape wood spells where you just take wood.
Yeah, but that takes
And
it takes time. Do you want to hang around here, kind of thing, or do you want to continue searching?
well, we can't tow this, can we? Because it's over 50 tons.
Correct. Like you can spend
So-
some time recovering, but if you wanted to like stay here until you were fully repaired, that might be a lot of extra time that you could still be searching. That's what I'm getting.
Well,
Yeah.
not until we are fully repaired, but somewhat repaired and taken some wood with us, I'd say.
How long would it take to strip down the ship if we just stripped down the ship and then did repairs as we go?
I can do 5 shape woods a day.
So what I would say with regards to shape wood is that you can recover the same number of hull points as you would be able to repair. But
so we could use the shape wood to
dismantle the ship.
But this ship is in not great condition either.
Okay.
It has been around the block a number of times. It has been heavily repaired and over many years.
So we might not get much decent wood out of it.
Is there anything I can fix with mending on our ship?
Also, our ship got hulled twice.
Yeah, no, I mean, so with the hull hold, you need to spend a hull point of wood to repair that, and that is not going to be, getting you hull points back until you fix that problem, so to speak.
Nothing that.
So that's basically 2 hull points of wood that you need to spend just to eliminate those critical hits that you took.
And before those are eliminated, we can't fix our ship.
No, you can fix a ship. It's just that you will always have a hole in the hull until you spend the time. You can get back up to max hull points.
Yeah.
You will just have gaping holes in the hull until those are.
We might get.
Well, I would at least fix.
swimming.
I would at least fix 1 hull points worth of our ship with mending if we can today.
Yeah, and that's probably all that you're going to be able to repair with mending.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and do that. What I need from Braxon. So Leva, can you roll a d20? This is going to be a carpentry check. I've got your character sheet up, so I'm looking at what it is right now. Okay, that is successful. All right, so Braxon, you can recover a total of 20 hull points of wood from this ship in a way that you can then use it on your own.
Right.
And either if you use the shape woods, and then however much you could repair with shape wood is what you can recover from this ship.
I see.
So for those who have shape wood, how many can you get?
I can get 5 a day.
Okay.
So we'd have to do that
That's
tomorrow,
what,
wouldn't
second
we?
level?
3rd.
3rd level. I can have 4 a day.
Okay, so 2 days you could get 18 hull points. And the 3rd day you'd only be able to recover 2.
Yeah, but we'd be able to do some repairs.
Well, but not on the third day. Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys want to do?
What do you think?
I think it's better to be
Fine.
at full at high enough as high as possible with ship hit points
Yeah.
and fix the
Yep.
holes.
Yeah, I think
synonymous.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. All right.
And at the end of the day, I think I get the second chance at learning the spell.
okay.
Would you really be doing spell research
Yeah.
after
So,
all the crew injuries?
First of all, this day has set you back. Like you have not been able to do
Okay.
effective research on this day.
Well, while we're waiting, then we will. While we're waiting for people to get spells back, we will clear all the bodies, and they're not getting a funeral service, the Reavers. But we'll do a funeral service for the Hueti, and we'll do a funeral service with the Dragons if they want to, for their missing family members.
Since you are not a Kaba, you're not exactly
Yeah.
sure what that means, but this is what they will tell you. Since you're not a Kaba, you do not know the proper rituals, and this is not being said in any kind of insulting manner. They will need a Kaba to perform those ceremonies. Since they don't have any bodies here, that there's nothing like urgent in their mind about it.
Okay.
Well, Solas still offers to pray for their souls guidance to afterlife.
They won't turn that down. I mean, you know, if that's something that you feel that you want to do. So their names are Jarva and Kuda.
Java and Kuda.
And both of them are large creatures.
Can you type that?
Bigger than gifts.
Well, they're large in terms of how much food and air and water they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, but are they bigger than gifts?
I mean, they're centauroid.
Yeah, they're massive. They're bigger than Beowulf. Double Beowulf size?
I mean, they're centaur size, but also with the bulk of
None of us has seen a centaur.
It's a horse with a man stuck on top.
You know what centaurs are like, especially you. Actually, you would like Lafdul has almost certainly seen centaurs. There are centaurs on Evermeet. All right, so the rest of the day is basically spent like that first day you would need to like unlock the other ship from yours, which basically some work on where the ram is locked into your vessel, and then your crew using boarding pikes and other long poles to push it away.
That's true, yeah.
And then once it's no longer locked and once it's disconnected from your vessel, then you can maneuver around to be alongside it or whatever you want. The crew will also indicate that they collected some coins from their search. If you are ready to take that down.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
So they found a total of 138 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
99 silver pieces.
Okay.
And 448 copper pieces.
Okay.
Sadly, no electrum for Ockar.
That's Lafdul that needs it for his spell.
I know, but it's Ockar who has complained about electrum before.
The amount of coinage we got was so small that should we just put it in company funds?
Yeah, probably. Shouldn't even bother distributing that.
Well, the crew will want.
Well,
some
I
of
mean,
that.
the crew.
We might need to give the crew their share.
Yeah, the crew absolutely.
But we could
need
put
their
our
share.
we could put our share in the company funds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Since after splitting, that's not that much.
Like not even 10 gil or something.
Well, if you don't think it's much, we could just give it all to the crew.
The company will need money also.
There is that, yeah.
Yeah, it would be 11 gold pieces
Yeah, I
and
just say
few
we all...
silvers and copper.
Is
Not
anyone
worth it.
keeping now?
No.
So we just all put it back into the company.
Yeah, Solas would put it in the company.
Yeah, I would as well.
Did
Yeah, that too.
did the spellcaster have anything our spellcasters would be interested in?
No, we haven't done any of the player
Oh, okay.
capitulating.
We haven't looked around yet.
Yeah, I mean, before
Sorry.
you get rid of the bodies, you'd
There's
Yeah.
also a few suffocated or asphyxiated corpses that are just rolling off somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Yeah,
a black dot going off in the distance of my darkness dagger that's now lost.
those are
Yeah.
those are long gone.
I will retrieve a dagger from one of the reavers. I assume they've got a dagger, and at some point I will cast a new darkness on it.
They're not high quality daggers.
Oh, really?
Nope.
I mean, they are reavers. Basically, everything they are something that they take from others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Is there
use until they
nothing of
break.
value?
I mean, I didn't say they had nothing of value. I just said that their daggers aren't high quality.
Yeah.
So, to go through the crew... so that is... The coinage is what you found, like, on the ship itself, not on the crew. The crew does have some coinage, and I just need to roll some of that up. So,
A lot of the crew were thrown overboard, though.
yes, and I am taking into account that is the case.
Well, are they retrievable?
The ones who are gone, not at this point. No. If you had immediately tried to get them back, then yes. But all the crew who are overboard, like at this point that you're talking about it, you've already gotten the Death Helm destroyed. You've already surveyed the vessel. You've rescued the 2 Dracons. Yeah, those things are long gone.
Can we not look for the scintillating lights near the dead bodies?
No, because Leva would have stopped concentrating as soon as there was no more threat.
Yeah.
That's...
Sorry, I'm just joking.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, we could do a flyby on the shuttle.
No,
But
it's
don't forget the
It's
rainbow
not
doesn't
worth
just
it.
stop. Don't forget the rainbow doesn't just stop when Leva stops concentrating. It would still be there.
No, I've still got my dagger throwing I haven't used yet because I'm terrified of throwing it overboard.
All right, so let me see what you get in terms of copper pieces from all of the enemy crew.
You just
I'm
bank
rolling.
it to the bank. What was that game show, Braxon, that kept saying bank it? You remember that one?
bank it.
No, they kept on asking questions. They answered that. You watched TV, so
Yeah, I've probably seen it, but it
you know what I mean, though. They would bank it, and they would have money to the pool.
Yeah, most of the people watching Old Show won't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's why I asked you specifically.
So, you do recover from the corpses 1,559 copper pieces.
Okay.
Now let me do next up.
It was the weakest link.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I had that in the US as well.
I do not remember that specific line, but that's fine. And in terms of silver pieces, you get 658 silver pieces.
Okay.
And 54 gold pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should do same with these shares for the players. At least for
Yeah.
us.
Well, you don't want to split up that 15 gold worth of copper amongst all of you guys?
No, just add it to the.
Yeah.
Solas
Alright.
already has 29 gold pieces worth of copper in his money pool.
I make a point of trying to spend some of it whenever I buy.
Oh,
Now,
yes.
the captain had a hand axe that does look in
I do
better
cast detect
shape
magic.
than the others.
I do cast detect magic.
Okay.
Hand axe. 1d6,
The
isn't it?
clerical version.
Yeah. It is not magical.
Ceremonial.
Lafdul, do you want to try and appraise it?
Yeah.
What is your score again?
Appraisal. It is 14.
All right. You believe that is it's a higher quality axe. It's not like embellished with silver or gold or anything like that, but it's definitely worth a good 50 gold pieces. This is probably someone's heirloom at some point. It's just a finely made axe.
Any? Ockar, do you know of any heraldry or anything that they might hold on to? Any markings? Any family lineage? Does that make sense to him?
Well, these
He's
guys
an
aren't
armory,
Norse. They're not Norsemen type.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I was about to explain, I'd only recognize if it was Norse, and I knew from the instant we saw them, they were not.
Do you know anything about their culture, though?
No, he does not.
All right. Does it look like it's got any markings on it?
Nope. I mean, it has some like the axe head has some inside scroll work. Like it looks nice. It's made to look nice, but it's no writing, no symbols. It's just like scroll work.
Yeah, there's no heraldry there. There's just decoration.
I mean, sometimes you find magic lamps are not magical, so.
Yeah, I mean you can keep it around and
put it on the slate. Anyone objecting?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a good idea.
I mean, it's 50 gold pieces at minimum.
well,
you
but
said about it,
again, as he said, it might just not
Yeah.
detect.
Ockar's ring
Yeah.
is not magical. It is a magical item.
All right.
Yeah, put it on the slate.
It
Might be
does
an
not.
artifact.
The slate does not reveal anything.
All right, 50 gold piece, worthless axe.
It's not worthless if it's worth 50 gold
joking.
piece.
All right, I will add it to random jewelry tab
Okay.
as a something to sell. Ceremonial Reaver axe, 50 gold piece.
All right. So, those of you who were doing spell research, you would have been set back a day.
Okay.
Because this absolutely, especially like the searching of the ship and everything like that, took time. And you then spend the first 2 days here.
How
doing
long
shape
does
wood
it take them
pull wood off?
How long does it take them to memorize the spells and then cast?
Next day.
Yeah, but like some of those spells take you like
No, that's fine.
2 hours to learn, don't they?
That's fine.
Okay.
No one casts that many spells unless you're going to be completely changing up your full roster, in which case it is 8 hours of memorization maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to interrupt the.
After use the context on
So
memorize.
we lost that day, but would I then get to roll the spell research roll on the next day?
Well, you needed 2 more days, right?
Okay. Well, then it's on the third day, the day we would leave here.
Okay.
Well, Ebha has a lot more than just 2 days.
All right. So,
Did they have no magic lamps whatsoever?
Nope. Well, other than that
No.
potion that got
Only-
destroyed.
What about the
No
priest-like
other
one?
potions.
Actually, did he have a holy symbol, that priest one that we killed?
He did.
Does any of us recognize it?
And give me a religion check, Lafdul.
Me?
Yes,
You ask about it.
you asked about it.
Out of my religion elf. The score's an 18. If it's being halved, it would have failed.
All right. You're not sure, because it's not. It doesn't match anything that you know perfectly. If it is something that you know, it could be Malar.
The Beast Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not a deity Solas is familiar with.
Oh, yeah, no, because there is a bit of an antagonism between the Saldar and Imala.
Well, again, like it could just be a similar symbology with a different religion entirely. You don't know for sure. If it is like, it's like, well, it could be Malar, based on what you're looking at, or it could just be something similar or something like that.
If
What's
we
it made out of?
It is carved wood, carved bone. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just thinking, if we have to infiltrate a pirate port or something, having a holy symbol of another deity helps in the disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this
If
is
you're-
also this is a deity that your religion is not friendly with. If it is Malar.
If your deity's okay with you impersonating an enemy priest, then
Question is, how
go
does
for it.
Erevan specifically deal with it? I mean, yeah, it's an enemy faith, but his specifically...
You don't have to
He's a-
disguise yourself as a priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Solas. Based on how the Reavers acted, Solas would suggest that we might just break it.
Yeah, I suppose.
They don't seem like the bunch that would worship, at least would worship any good gods
I'll,
or even neutral gods.
because I recognize it, I'll destroy it personally. I can offer up a prayer because I think I know which. He's saying this to the party. I think I know which pantheon it might belong to. And they're enemies of my faith, so. Or at least I think so.
Okay.
It's not specifically Erevan, but to the Saldaran and probably to like Rillifain, I think. Doesn't like Malar.
None of the Soldaran like
No.
Malar.
Yeah, but degrees of animosity is probably higher on his part than the rest.
Malar likes to hunt fairy creatures too. So.
Alright, yeah, now. You convinced me.
So are we on the first of the 3 days or the
Yes,
second?
yes.
or
This is the
third?
first of the 3 days. Of the Seldarin, Deep Seychelles is the one who would have the least direct animosity towards. Because it's just more of like, not really have that much contact. But yeah, so on the first day, is there any randomness to your guys' shaped woods? Do you need to roll
Mine,
any?
10%.
Mine is straight. I get 2. So
Okay.
Yeah, 5D, 100. One of them I only get 1.
So
Oh,
each of you
sorry,
get
I'll
4.
get-
So both of you get 4
Well-
this day.
Yeah.
While we're prepping for all this, and there's still chance to walk around.
Why would
the
it be
deck without
4? You get 2
Hold on.
per
Let
casting.
me see what Braxon has to say. What was that?
While we're prepping for this, and there's a chance to walk around the deck without too many holes in the deck, Braxon wants to see if this is a barge of Patar, if there is any sort of holy markings for Patar anywhere.
No, if there was, then you would have like it would have been replaced long ago with repairs
Yeah.
changes.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Because if there was, he was going to take
Yeah.
that away.
This is absolutely long been out of service.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I said 4 Lafdul is that I thought you said that you could get 5 earlier.
I get
Get
5
5 castings.
castings. Yeah, 5 castings of Shape Wood.
I was asking for how many hull points you could get. That's why I misunderstood what you said.
Oh. 10.
And did I misunderstand what? Were you saying castings as well, Finn?
He had 4 castings.
Finn?
You might be AFK again.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. But I have a guaranteed 2 per casting. So it would be 8 total hull points.
Okay. All right. So then you're not going to need 3 days. I'm sorry. I misunderstood you guys when you just used numbers before. I thought you meant hull points, not castings, because that's what I was asking. All right. So you're Finn. You're taking the 4 full castings, so you get total of 8 hull points on this first day.
Correct.
And Lafdul, you get 9, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's gonna mean that it only takes you 2 days.
Cool.
So the first day, you recover 17 total hull points from the ship. Anything anyone want to do on that day in particular as well?
Solas is researching
So is Leva.
Okay.
and casting healing spells on the party.
All right.
I guess Braxon would have temporarily nailed some planks
I mean,
over the holes so people don't fall out the ship.
You'd be taking stuff that like, I mean, you don't need to worry about that. It's not operating quite like that. All right. So then on the second day, there's 3 remaining hull points that you can get. Do both of you guys want to cast 1? Because you're guaranteed to get the 3 that way.
Well, we have our own wood supply too, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is to. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like, do you want to not take the last 3 and just start working on repairing your ship?
Yeah, since this what you casted was just to take wood from the barge of Patha.
Okay.
Well, I think we'd want to try and take all the wood
Yeah.
because that
Yeah.
reduces
Use as
the
little
amount
of our
wood.
supply as possible.
Okay.
yeah, I
Yeah.
would have been dedicated all my Shape Woods to expedite this procedure.
Right. Well, that's what I was asking. Is that now on this second day, there's only 3 hull points left that you can recover. That's usable.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
1 each,
So-
and then the rest of the spells will be on healing.
Okay. So one each
Well, hang on.
to recover the last 3 hull points.
Yeah, hang
1,
on.
2.
Yes,
three,
Braxon?
Because I thought you guys were going to recover the wood and then use any more shape wood spells on repairing our ship.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
Okay. Sorry.
All right.
And if I remember correctly, also that to fix the critical damage that we took, it would be 2 hull points per the hole.
1 hull point per.
Okay. So
1
2.
dedicated spell per.
Yeah. One shape wood, 1 hull point worth of wood to eliminate those.
Should I do those and considering mine
And
varies?
after the mending that I cast on the day after a battle, we would have been on the 32 hull points
Yeah. Let me actually.
out of 70. I fixed it on the sheet now.
Okay.
Cool.
Well.
So-
Yeah, I'm guessing it'd be
Lafdul,
better
if
to
you're
fix the
volunteering
holes first.
to do that, that's fine. The shape would.
Yeah,
repair that.
so I have 5 in total, so 1 to recover the last of the parts, 2 castings to do the 2 hulls.
Mhm.
That leaves me with 2 chipboards for actual HP.
Okay. So you want to cast those 2?
Yeah. 2d100. And I only get 3.
So
Alright.
we would be at 35 after Lafdul.
Okay.
Which actually yeah, okay.
And then
So I would be
Finn-
using one of mine for the other part of the recovery.
Yeah.
And then 4 more would be 8 more hull points.
Oh, you're using 5 total?
Yes, or
Okay.
4 total. Sorry, so 6
okay.
more.
So we would be at 41 hull points. And
So with
20 now
that,
is missing.
you've recovered the hull points. Do you want to get back to searching?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's okay since we've recovered as much wood we can and started repairing.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I think we'll just stop and do
Repair on the
repairs.
go.
Yeah, repair on the go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Since we have the
So
spells.
while you were doing that, another pay period has passed. And then you get back underway.
Oh, another pay period. I can lower down my... Oh, all my true sights are done now. True seeing. I got 1 full seeing left, and it's 1 more month.
Okay.
Next month we're paying slightly less for the Hoati.
No, you pay them the same amount until
Yeah, because we pay for the next of kin. Or
until
whoever
we're
they
All right.
designated it.
until we're at our intended destination.
Yeah, that's the way how the contracts work with the crew.
Is it? Okay, fair enough.
It's not going to save us money to kill almost all of our crew before
No,
we
I,
get to the...
I don't want to
Yeah,
kill
if
the
they
crew.
die straight away, then it's not a great investment. But if they're gonna do like a 2-year trip, they get the
Yeah.
guarantee even if they die at the start.
We lost 2 Herwaiting?
1.
No, one.
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, was the other
And-
one resurrected? Well,
Yeah,
raised.
I raised the human.
Did that pass?
Oh,
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna roll.
Didn't we have a magic item that can bring someone back? That might was it reincarnation?
None of us have that readily available as a spell to repeatedly cast.
No, didn't we have a magic item? Because when we were in Crin space, we
Never
were
had
going
a
to use
skull.
that.
Yeah, we got it on scrolls and we got elixirs of life, but they're once and done. If any of us get disintegrated, we need that for that.
Well, anyway, we haven't done that anyway, so too late.
Actually, it's a spell that Lever could learn before Finn gets it. The priest and
Lever's
wizard one.
researching something else at the moment, so she.
Oh no, I'm not suggesting. I'm just saying it's of that level now.
Mm.
All right. Let me go ahead and bring you back to the Phlogiston map, even though you're not there, just because it's pretty.
Imagine you're oogling over all the 6th level spells from all the books.
All right. So, you get back underway in your searching. And let me see. Where did I say what that was going to be? Okay.
We were going along a belt, weren't we?
Yeah. I was looking for my number on how many days I had rolled to see how long it was going to take you to find your destination, because I also need to take into account the fact that you spent 3 days out of the loop.
3 extra
So
days.
I would get the reroll at the end of the 3rd day. For the no, not reroll, but the research roll.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so basically that'll be on the day that you start searching again.
Okay. And
So you
I
go
roll
ahead and
now.
Roll.
Not this week. We'll have to do one more week.
Okay. And how much are you guys going to be repairing? Are Finn and Lafdul, are you going to be using all of your slots for Shapewood until you're fully repaired?
I am. Yeah, because I'm using it while I got Contact and Power Up for like another 5 days or something.
Right, that's fine.
4 days.
We need 29 hull points worth of repairs yet.
How about you,
Yeah,
Finn?
I'll use my full complement as well.
Okay. All right.
Because I would have cast the contact home power at the same time.
All right.
Thank you.
So that's 5 spells each, or are you 4?
I got
Or
5.
from Win.
It's only 4 for me.
Okay.
I got a ring that gives me another third.
But
Right.
with Finn, it's guaranteed 2.
All right. So 8 more hull points from Finn on the first day back searching, and go ahead and roll Lafdul.
I think the 90 is also a failure. I'm not actually, maybe 91 to 100. I don't remember.
I mean, don't you get guaranteed 1 at least?
You only have a
Yeah.
10% chance of not getting 2, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So it's 90 is 2.
The cutoff.
Yeah, it's 91 is when it rolls over.
So 9 points from Lafdul.
Yeah.
Okay, we are at 58.
Okay.
12
All right.
more points.
So
Have we got enough wood left?
That is a good question. How much wood was that?
Trying to remember if we bought 20 or 40 hull points.
The sheet says that if the Battle Dolphin sheet is correct, it says that we have 33 hull points of wood before counting what we took from the barge.
Okay.
Well,
So
you want to
that's
use
just
the
about
barge
it.
stuff first.
Yeah,
obviously.
we use the barge stuff first, and then use the what we need from the our cargo.
Okay. So how was that? Like, are you dipping into your own supplies yet?
How many points was it from the
20.
barge? 20. Yeah, we are going to use now our supplies.
Okay.
Since we were at 32, so it would be 52. 6 points from our own supplies now.
Okay. Then the following day, Finn casts his 4, so that's another 8. And what does that put you to?
That would be 66 out of 70.
All right. So Lafdul,
roll them one at a time. I would have memorized them
roll
anyway.
them all, and we'll just go in order. And we'll figure out. It'll be
4 hull points lacking.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not gonna.
Just roll them all. We'll see. We'll see how it comes out. It'll best case scenario, it's just the first 2, and you'll have.
It says it's rolling the die, but it's lagging.
That's fine. All right, first 2.
Okay,
Gets you up to full.
So I got 3 shipwoods for today, but I'll be changing 2 of them out next day.
Okay. All right, and you continue searching for the rest of the week there.
We're at the 15 hull points of wood.
Okay.
The rest of the week. So, how many days is that from the beginning of the session? I have 2, 4, 5 days. Is that correct?
No, I meant the rest of the week after getting started back on searching again.
So it's 7.
Total of you would have gotten 9 days of research in.
Okay, thank you.
So I would get another roll again. Since week after we started searching. And now it's success.
Okay. Now, during that week, you probably did have some leftover blood hanging around in your air envelope, and that did attract some gray scavers. Wasn't any real trouble to fight them off, and then you guys would have to deal with some injuries to crew, but just ended up being a bit of a activity during that week, and that's almost certainly because you hung around with the ship for so long.
Yeah.
But on the upside, it ends up not being like a real threat. Yeah. All right.
It was 1d6 -1 plus spell level.
Yeah.
So since it's 5th level spell, it would be d6 plus 4.
All right.
You know, during this day, I'm going to pray to Aravan and ask
Ages.
for... Sorry, late finish.
Yeah, you can go on.
I'm going to ask if Aravan will give me some insight into Malar. Let's seeing if he'll, I'm just asking if he'll, help or inform me of certain things.
Solas, did you notice that you rolled so high for the number of pages because Lafdul just said something at the moment you wanted to roll?
Yeah,
Did you notice that?
To be
It's
fair,
typical, isn't it? It's
to
so
be fair,
typical.
hold on. To be fair,
wasn't related. It's just
and Lafdul, like there was no need for Solas to speak there. Like it could just roll, and Lafdul was immediately going to ask about something. So,
Yeah.
it's
But he influenced the roll, not what Solas said.
All right. So, Lafdul, what kind of information are you thinking about? Do you want about Malar? Like, what do you hoping for?
I'm basically how they should be treated. Obviously, they're enemies of my faith.
Give me a religion check, please.
Is it like, do I treat them like drow just kill on sight or religion? Anything that would put me in good standing with the Seldarin, like certain acts, like
So, Malar is all about hunting. Be it hunting creatures or hunting people. It's mostly creatures, but they you could kind of think of them as like evil rangers and oftentimes evil druids, in that like they care about nature and the wilderness, but that is specifically because they need that environment to hunt. And they like to hunt what lives there, which includes elves and fairies and stuff like that.
Yeah, they maintain the status quo as the bare minimum.
Some of them are more into that than others. If that group did worship Malar, well, obviously then they were all about hunting people in space, kind of thing. People, creatures and people in the wilderness of space.
Well, Solas, now that he has learned the new spell, says to Braxon that when we next get chance, I would like to make stop in some air world, since I need vials of air from the air world.
What spell did you learn?
Enhanced maneuverability.
Oh, an air world specifically, not just a normal world with air.
Yeah, it's specifically air worlds.
Okay.
The Spelljammer one.
I'm not sure if there's one in this sphere, is there?
There probably are, but they are not in this. You haven't seen any in this belt.
Yeah, it's not something that we need to prioritize, but when it's suitable to do so.
Okay.
Because the spell I learned will allow me to enhance our ship's maneuverability during combat.
All right, but let me get back to Lafdul for a second. So Lafdul, you were wondering about how you should treat them.
Mm-hmm.
At best, with strong suspicion, kind of thing. You're not of a faith that would believe that you should just go around killing them. Even Dro, you shouldn't be just like outright slaughtering them, kind of thing. But they do tend to be enemies of your people. So that's what you would. That's how you can roleplay out treating them.
Oh, that works for me.
Based on what, if Lafdul tells anything about
Yeah, I
Malar
would have told what I know.
Solas would basically take same opinion, since it doesn't seem that they are too keen on knowledge and civilization.
All right. So you have spent a week of searching through the belt and not found the asteroid that you're looking for. There were a couple hopeful matches, but then as you got close and you looked at them more and compared them to the details that you have, didn't pan out. So you continue on searching for another week. Anything that anyone needs to get done in that week besides searching?
So that's now the end of 2 weeks.
Yes.
We're coming close to the end for Lera.
Solas would talk to our 2 new passengers, basically out of curiosity, trying to learn about their people since he hasn't encountered them before.
Yeah, Lafdul.
And just to be friendly and make sure that they are comfortable.
So number one, they keep mistaking you for dwarves and gnomes.
Sometimes bigger you are, you have harder. You don't notice details as much.
Well, I mean, you're wearing a beard, Obviously, you got to be a dwarf or a gnome. But
Makes me wonder how they.
Go
Makes
ahead.
me wonder how they see Finn at 6'4".
Beard.
They seem to be okay with understanding what a human is for the most part. Would you guys be telling them about some of your stories?
Yeah, Solas would.
Yeah, and Lafdul as well.
They'd be
Entertain with
most
the poetry.
impressed by the story you tell about going into the Dwarven Citadel, which, although they were expecting more trees, go figure.
The lizard folk.
And very interested in your story about fighting the undead Illithid, although they could have sworn they were supposed to have eyes at the end of those tentacles. It's very weird. But they're definitely young. They're not very like they'd get into the stories, but in general they wouldn't be very ebullient right now because you can tell that they're very lonely.
Yeah. Well, Solas is trying to cheer them up.
Yeah.
Is
so
this the Dracons?
Yes, the Dragons. They're definitely you can tell that they're definitely would be excited to get to brawl and be able to associate with other Dracons in Dracon Town.
Do they need any special chairs or anything?
Not really. They can just like lay down.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, Braxon's going to see if. I mean, yeah, they could probably sleep on the deck or whatever.
Well,
but, like,
yeah, they
Braxton's
do
gonna see
have
if
to
there's-
sleep on the deck, but or in the cargo hold. But they can just fold their legs up underneath them and lay down, kind of thing.
Yeah, Braxton wants to see if there's anything he can do to make him comfortable.
No, they're good. They're good that way.
All right. Well,
they find that comfortable.
If they want, when Braxton's on shift, he'll spend a bit of time talking to them about what life's like on Brow.
They'd be more interested in stories.
Stories?
They're folk tale people, traveling nomads.
Solas is telling them stories with the poetry, basically.
Yeah, so I mean, like they'd be asking you to tell them about things that you've done and stuff like that. So
Yeah, Lafdul
that
would
that
be.
lifts their spirits for a time.
Yeah.
Would Braxon know the story about Patar taking all the gods of a load of pantheon of gods realm space?
No, you would not know about that.
Okay, fair enough.
Solas is basically telling mostly stories about our group's adventures because he wants to make sure that they feel that they are in that they are safe with such powerful adventuring group.
Well, so like that, and that's kind of what they want is they want to know what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
you know, you like they'll be interested in a story about what other people have done that you've heard about, kind of thing, which is kind of how they would see any kind of mythological tale that you tell, but they'd be more interested in like, wow, you did that. That's amazing, kind of thing. Like that's the kind of
Yeah.
reaction that they'd be looking for right now.
Yeah, like Solas at one point tells them the story of Lafdul and the crow.
Oh.
Well,
Lafdul
definitely do that, and we can embellish it a little bit because we are a
Lafdul
group. And
definitely goes on about the beaver and the Tinker Gnomon stunt.
So when
Solas is
hearing
going
about
to...
the crow, they'd be very interested in that, and but they'd be curious about the lack of singing by the crow and the lack of bright, like plumage of reds and greens and stuff. They could have sworn that crows were like that.
Are they referring to the ones that I recently dealt with and with the shower? I forget what they're called.
They
The
seem
ones when I was
particularly confused about a lot of details. Let's just put it that way. But so that allows you to pass some of the time. For those who are, and none of you have really dealt with Dracons that much, but you are now, those of you who are native to wild space, you're now like kind of recalling stories. Dracons are notorious for not being able to keep a lot of other races and creatures straight. Like they
Yeah,
constantly mix up dwarves and gnomes and elves and stuff like that. So
yeah, Solas has noted that already, which is why he doesn't take it into offense when they think of Solas as a dwarf.
they do not mix up Herwadi and lizardmen though.
Must be because they share some kind of kinship with them.
I mean, lizard folk have they're really different compared to us.
Another thing that Solas would be doing that week would be a bit of alchemy. I was thinking that Solas would prepare some flasks of acid that would be kept in safe places for those nasty what flow fiends or whatever.
Hmm.
Did
Yeah,
you
could be good.
buy any
Good idea.
ingredients to make acid?
I have bought some ingredients, yes.
Okay. I will probably need to look up how much you can make then, unless you have a number already.
I was planning on basically for 2 flasks.
Oh, 2 flasks. Okay, yeah, you'd have enough. Give me 2 alchemy proficiency checks then.
Oh.
Burnt your hand.
Well, the second one success.
All right, second one is a success. You learn from the failure of the first one. You made something other than acid with the first one. Maybe there was a contaminated ingredient or something like that, or you got the amounts mixed up, and you did not end up making acid.
Yeah, I would basically store it in a way that it's secured and tell the party about it that it's for destroying the flow fiends' corpses.
Okay.
A non-fire solution.
All right.
So
So
Is that the sort of thing we'd want to store on the deck so that we can use it as a
I don't know,
for
Dolph,
combat?
these shuttles easier to access there.
It's in the laboratory in the safe space.
Right. So it's kept away in it.
Yeah,
indoors.
it's one of those things. Unless someone
it's-
brings them out in combat, they're gonna stay there.
It's kept in basically so that even if the ship is in storm, it's the bottle is still secured.
Okay.
But basically, Solas would point out to the rest of the group where it is. If we encounter flow fiends, we can use it to destroy their bodies. At least one body.
All right.
Okay.
In between sessions, I want you guys to discuss where you want to store it and how you want to store it. It doesn't need to be super detailed, just like what kind of container you want it stored in, where you want it, and what kind of padding.
Yeah.
And I'm not like it doesn't need to be super
Sand.
detailed, just like basic stuff.
Yeah.
And wood chips inside a little box.
You can discuss between the session and
Right.
next. I mean, the idea is that like if Solas makes more of this, it would be the kind of place where
Yeah.
it's just okay. It's just putting into that storage. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, Solas would try to make some kind of storage like that for Alchemy Lab, since there's some stuff in Alchemy Lab that can be dangerous if the containers break.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 2 vials of methylating acid, but that's for breaking through locks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the next week begins, and you begin continuing your search.
Lafdul's been working on the statues during a downtime, just making them better and better and better. Like the whole set, plus Lenelius as one as well.
Okay.
Just working on them.
About 3 days into that week, you have a good candidate for the asteroid you're looking for.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And the closer you get, the more and more like you're not seeing anything that's being like nope, that's not it. Nothing that's ruling it out. And you're feeling pretty confident as you're approaching it now. You do not see any visible ships in orbit. So how do you want to approach this?
So this was an abandoned Lithid base, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At least we think it's abandoned.
Ideally, I would like a day before we go in so we can cast Contact on Power, so we don't have to spend a day of not having another lot of spells already cast.
Oh, you didn't cast that yesterday?
I don't keep on casting it all the time because it keeps using components, and there have been several weeks between,
Right.
Yeah, Solas isn't either casting it every day since...
If we have one day to cast it ahead of time, that way I can just go and memorize my spells. Otherwise, if I use my 3rd and 4th level spells or 5th, I can't replenish them. Well, I can with my icon. But
Solas does keep it memorized pretty much all the time, but he isn't casting until he has spent 3rd or higher level spells.
I've got it memorized as well.
All right, but if we can see the asteroid, they can see us. So that would give them one day prepare for us.
Not necessarily. The asteroid is a lot bigger than your ship.
Fair enough.
Level will want to cast Omen before we go, so to see how it will turn out.
All right. So first of all, like you're not in orbit of it yet.
Okay.
My question was, how do you want that's why I was asking, how do you want to approach it? So like, if the idea was we'll just get into orbit and start surveying from from orbit kind of thing. Keep in mind that an orbit of a planet of an asteroid of this nature is pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of the characters want a day. So, Braxon, what are you thinking?
Well, I haven't got an objection to that. Has anyone got an objection?
We could use that day to basically observe it from afar if we see anything moving it moving near it.
Yeah, Leva agrees with that.
Okay. So, stay far enough away and just try to keep an eye on it. See if you see anything like coming out while
Yeah,
you wait and
Using the
prepare.
spyglasses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First of all, everyone would be at full hit points, so if your character has not been put up at full hit points, go ahead and do so.
I mean, if it's
and-
dead and abandoned, the odds I might find undead or spiders or something in there.
So this asteroid, while we're studying it in the spyglass, is it stationary or is it rotating?
It does rotate, so it does have kind of a day-night cycle. It is a good-sized asteroid, half a mile in length, give or take, and it does have some forests.
Oh, right.
Who,
Self-sustaining?
Braxon, you would be during your shift, you'd be watching it with the spyglass and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Braxon would lend it to other people if they want to have a look, but he'd mostly be looking himself.
All right, Ockar, on your shift, would you be doing the same?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you give me an intelligence check, please.
Can you roll for me, Lev?
Yes, sorry,
Thank you.
that
That's a
was me.
pass.
D20, Leva.
Okay.
Probably you need to look up your intelligence.
What's your intelligence, Braxton?
That is 14,
Braxton's
so that
very
is a pass.
intelligent.
14,
All
I
right,
think.
so
It's the same.
Ockar and Braxon, you'd notice the same features and kind of discuss it between yourselves. There is a portion of a forest that looks unusual, like burnt out. Without getting closer, you can't
Right.
like get any more information, but that's something to keep in mind as you get in close. You do spot the location where you believe the docking cavern is for the outpost.
Right.
So you know where that is, and you are able to keep an eye on that. And during your observations, neither of you notice a ship coming or going from that spot.
Do we think our ship would fit in the docking cavern?
It would be tight for the Dolphin shuttle. You're not sure given the masts.
Right.
Oh yeah, one thing.
Mhm.
During the week, I would have replenished Evard's black tentacles on Finn's ring.
Okay.
So what
Thank
are
you for
people
that.
thinking? Should we go in with the flitter? Do we want to go in with the bigger ship and take people in to back us up?
Why don't you just do like a little scouting thing with the flitter? Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, if we take the
given
flitter,
the size
so-
of the planet, the asteroid,
Yeah.
it would be really easy to just like pull up alongside it or pull up above it and drop down kind of thing. So
Yeah.
unless you wanted to hide your main ship,
Yeah.
like there's no need to take a second ship to it in that
Okay.
case. But
I
if you
don't.
do want to hide your main ship, then it's up to you.
I think we can just go in. I don't think there is. I don't think we need. At least Solas doesn't think that we need to hide our main ship.
All right. Let's take a quick vote on it. Who wants to go in with the whole ship?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So real
that's what we're
fast.
doing then.
Real fast, before you actually make that decision, sorry. You might want to get closer and examine it
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
deciding one way or the other. Just because, I mean, you don't know what else is there if you just like go in, and your ship may not be able to get into that docking cavern.
I've
Note
couple of
also
questions.
that you're going into a dark place. Anyone inside there will obviously see you coming in, and you will not see them until you're in there and your eyes adjust and everything like that. So
it's a docking cavern on the gravity plane.
yes.
So does it look that we could land somewhere else and get into that docking cavern without, not just like flying straight up to it?
That is something that you will not know until you get close enough to get a better survey.
All right, I suggest
So
that.
how about we go closer and spend half a day or a day just being close enough to watch, and then we'll see any activity that happens because we are so close that they definitely can see us too.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
once you
okay
get in closer, you can decide whether you want to spend more time on it.
Yeah, I'd like to go in closer and see if there's a way to get in the docking cavern without, other than flying into it.
Finn would also request that you do a flyover of that area of the forest that looked burned out too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want
that
to know if it
seems-
looks natural, or is it an illusion
That
or
seems a
something?
good idea. That seems like a good idea. If we lend you a spyglass, you'd be able to see what the nature's doing.
Is there an ecosystem there?
Okay. All right. So you wait a day so that you can make some preparations, change up your spells, and
Cast the
take a
contact home
quick-
power, so we have a week's worth of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm casting.
Yeah,
mine.
Finn would as well.
And Leva wanted to cast Omen. I want to look to see if it's best to cast it the day of. Give me a second.
Isn't it 2 weeks for contact home power?
No, it's 1
It's
week.
just a week.
No, 1 week, 7 days.
Okay. I've misremembered it.
Yeah, if it was 2 weeks, it would be quite nice.
Yeah.
Omen should actually be okay in view of
The day
how can I
before.
say, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to cast that the day before, and let's see. Let me go ahead and roll the d10. Okay. All right. So you write out the symbols needed for the spell on the paper strips and burn them.
Mm-hmm.
And the results are you have a favorable omen.
A favorable one.
Yeah.
So Leva
So-
passes that on to the others. It looks good for a change.
You don't trust your own divinations?
No, it's so rare that we get a good omen that she almost couldn't read the signs, you see. It's normally negative or at most neutral.
Maybe
But
we
is the
just got
good
good
chance that
timing.
this is the? But is the good chance that this is what we are looking for, or that it's good idea to go there?
No, it's a good idea to go there.
Okay. All right. So you guys can change up your spells, and once everyone is ready, Braxon, you'd order the ship to slowly move closer.
Yep.
Okay. What do you want to look at first? The docking cavern or that burnt area?
Let's check the burnt area because I think it'd be easier to see.
Okay.
Oh, what did Finn actually see?
Well, he has to get in closer to
Okay.
get a look. All right. So, Finn, you borrow a spyglass and begin studying the burnt area. First of all, what are you looking for? Like, what are you most interested in?
Trying to figure out what happened to it and
Okay.
if there are any signs of life in that area or outside of it.
Okay. There are definitely signs of life inside, and of course, like it's a forested asteroid, so this is like a burnt portion of the forest. And based on what you're seeing, you'd estimate that this happened many months ago. Not long enough for this to be, like completely regrown, but it is regrowing. It's just that there's nothing large yet. So you're looking at anywhere from like 6 months to a couple years in age.
Braxon says to Finn, do you think was a fault in there? Somebody set a fire to get rid of a fault?
You don't see anything like a structure in there, but there's also enough small growth that that could be hidden. It is long in shape as opposed to round, so it's like oblong, more like sausage shaped as opposed to round.
Is it perfectly rounded at the edges or rough?
Hard to say at this point because of regrowth.
Okay. Just trying to figure out if it was something that burned naturally out of control or...
Say, if there was a dragon living in that cave and it set light to the forest, would it burn this amount of forest?
Well, you would say that whatever happened was probably not enough to like start a full-blown fire.
So it's almost like something flashed then.
Yeah, or there was something that caused enough burning to destroy the area that it's in, but not, consume the entire forest.
Which, given that it's an asteroid, it probably doesn't have a lot of wind, if any.
Not very much, no.
So there wouldn't be much to spread a fire. So yeah, it could have stayed just localized.
There might be something on the asteroid that does fire attacks.
Or was something on the asteroid that does fire attacks. We don't know that there's anything here now or not.
True.
And again, this isn't something that happened like days or weeks ago. This is many months to a handful of years.
Might be what took out the Illithids.
Well, the elves, as far as they know, like they stopped seeing Illithid activity more on the lines of like a decade or a couple of decades ago.
Right.
They're not exactly sure on the time frame. It was just like we're not sure exactly when the activity stopped, but we were sure activity stopped by a decade ago. And we saw activity like 4 decades ago or 5 decades ago, that kind of thing. So, like, there's a lot of wiggle room, but given that, you would say that this is not related to the Illithids no longer being there, kind of thing, because the time frame doesn't match up.
Okay.
How old would Finn estimate that the burned area? Or how long ago it was burned?
6 months to a few years, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Recent, but not immediately recent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So whatever burned it might not even be here anymore, but there's a chance that it is here.
Well, I think after we check out the landing caves, we can come back and do a proper check on the place.
There was something I might reiterate because to Finn, because he's not reiterate to bring up mention. Do you think, because you're a hunter and you're a druid, is there anything that uses like fire techniques for hunting? Considering we may be potentially found an enclave of Malar hunters, I don't know, they do it for sport. They might be hunting the elephants or something.
I
And
mean,
just draw people out with it.
other than trying to drive game out of an area,
Yeah.
which is a very bad way to hunt.
Is there any aggressive? Well, do you believe in scorched earth tactics for cleansing land that they may adopt?
Nothing to that extreme.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
just thinking of,
Finn would
like-
know that sometimes like natural forest fires do create environments for more diversity afterwards, but tend to be looking at larger environments than this.
Mm.
Like Finn
Yeah.
would say that a natural fire in this kind of environment it would probably be detrimental rather than beneficial.
Yeah.
Unless there specifically is some plant that causes the fire and needs it. But that would be quite a find.
Are any of us familiar with like fire beetles or anything?
Fire beetles aren't actually fiery.
No.
Nope.
They just
They're red.
Yeah. And
They change
doesn't the chemical they produce cause burning sensation?
I think so. But yeah, I mean,
But,
like they're fire beetles in the same way that fire ants are fiery, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, similar that the chemical causes burning sensation. That is painful.
Finn, you would say that the asteroid is large enough to have a reasonable animal ecosystem, if there isn't anything that disrupts it, and this fire is not enough to disrupt it unless it resulted in a new invasive species or something like that. So
Okay.
there's probably some birds, probably some small animals, probably nothing particularly large. Like
Does it look like a creature caused the fire damage? Like, is it like a dragon's breath? Like, does it have like a pattern, a cone, a radius, or does it look like a hit?
Well, you said it was almost oval or sausage shaped, so
Yeah. So it's not round. It's not circular.
Mm.
And
It's,
it's
it's
not straight.
elliptical.
and it's not a cone. It's not spreading
Yeah.
outwards, so
About the animals, would it be reasonable to guess that basically rabbits and hawks are the about the biggest animals?
Maybe something like that. I mean, without getting down there, it's hard to say. But
Yeah.
Right. Can we check out? Can we infer anything else from this distance, or should we check out the gravity plane and have a look at that cave from the side on?
Finn, do you have any other direct questions?
not at this time.
Okay. Yeah, at this point, then Finn would be like, I'd have to get closer to learn anything else.
Okay. Right. I think we check out the cave, and it's probably more likely what we're looking for is going to be in the cave. But after we've looked at the cave, we can come back and have a thorough inspection of this forest. We won't need to leave straight away, I don't think.
Well, I mean, definitely the outpost is in the cave.
Yeah.
So no matter what, you have to go in the cave at some point if you want to try and get this information that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And if we have extra time, we might check the burned area and the
Yeah. Well, the
asteroid.
only thing I'm thinking here is this could perhaps be an indication that if there were slavers in the cave, maybe some people got away and were living in the forest, accidentally started a fire or something. So we could come and see if there's anyone who needs picking up.
So the size of this asteroid is such that if there were slavers in the cave right now, and some people escaped, they would be recaptured at some point, like guaranteed. Like there's nowhere for them to go.
Is it similar size that our asteroid is, or
It's a bit bigger. It's a bit bigger.
Okay.
So you bring your ship down carefully. I assume you're trying to keep out of like any direct line of sight from within the cave.
We'll go along the gravity plane.
Okay.
And approach it from the side so that we can have a
Braxon, give me an intelligence check. So Leva, D20, please. Okay. So Braxon, you're not seeing anything, but Finn, would you be looking as well? Being interested in like the fauna
At this
and
point,
flora?
yes, I would be.
Okay.
Yeah, Solas would also be looking.
Finn, give me a wisdom check.
Oh,
Okay.
this is miss.
Finn, you spot what looks to be a trail down along the edge. So
Oh, that's good.
it's a narrow trail that you could use to walk from the upper surface to the cave entrance. And you point that out to Braxon. It is overgrown. It is not, and that's why Braxon missed it.
Let's do that then.
The danger is more in the line of like you'd fall down to the gravity plane as opposed to something else. But it is narrow and it does look kind of treacherous.
No, Finn would be confident in being able to lead through that.
Okay. So what are you guys thinking? It is about time to wrap up the session, so this is more along the lines of what are you thinking on how you want to approach this for next time?
How hard would it be for rest of the party go through the path?
Finn's leading, it should be easy.
Some of it depends on preparations you make. Finn will definitely make it easier for all of you, but some of it boils down to how skilled you are at walking along a treacherous path.
Yeah.
You said treacherous. Is that treacherous because of being overgrown or because of...
It's narrow in
Being on
some
the edge of the
places. It's definitely not something that multiple people would be able to walk abreast. There's a couple places that it doesn't look like this was heavily used, at least not recently.
Was this
How much? Sorry, go ahead.
Lafdul?
this? We only learned this information upon getting closer, correct?
Mhm.
All right, doesn't matter.
In that case,
And-
there's a spell I'm going to want to cast once we land, before we start walking on the trail.
I was
well, that'll
thinking
be
of
for
a
next
clear
time, for
path.
Also have a question.
Yep.
How much would this endurance spell that was cast on us help?
Unfailing endurance. It
Yes.
would mostly help if we are exerting ourselves doing it.
Yeah, it's not going to help directly with getting through that unless you get tired trying to do it, and it's not
But,
particularly long.
It's mostly the spell to allow us not get tired so easily and to help protect against few spells like fatigue and enfablement.
Question, Ald.
Yes.
You said that Braxon can use that magic fly for cargo as well as riding it himself. Would he be able to send it up and down the trail and bring people one at a time?
Yes, but you would very obviously land within the cavern, so it would have the same
Right.
kind of issue as taking the
so
ship.
there's no, there's no easy way to land the fly because it's too narrow to land the fly.
Right.
Yeah,
You'd have to go in, like, you know that this is a docking cavern, so you know that there has to be flat surfaces in there to put down
Yeah.
on that's large enough.
Okay.
You can't see
Well, maybe
them
we can
because
use
it's all
that
in
to leave.
darkness.
Fair enough.
What about the Phantom State?
Again, like anything that to any sort of flying to get in there, you need like that's carrying you. You need a essentially a landing spot. That would be of sufficient size to put down on, and that's going to make you very obvious.
Okay.
So, like, you can do these, it's just you're giving up any sort of element of surprise or an opportunity to try and survey things
subterfuge.
before... Yeah, like, you're giving up any form of subterfuge.
We could,
Well,
however, do what we've done before, which is reduce some of the people and carry them downstairs, floating downstairs.
I mean,
if we
some
go-
of that is going to be for, deciding what you want to do for next time.
Okay.
Like discuss
Hopefully
it
so,
discuss it between sessions to a certain extent.
All right.
Yes, thankfully Solas took flying for himself.
So flying will like again, you'll have to have a place to put down in there. So
I just realised if
fly allows me also to float, and
I understand,
realised
but you're like if you're going in physically along the wall, then you're hugging the wall. You can't hug the wall while flying.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of what
Spider climb.
I just realised if Braxon falls off the trail and drops down to the gravity plane, he can come back on the fly.
Oh my god. Spider climb. I think for that we should cast spider climb on Braxon.
That way you can't fall off it.
Yes.
Terrible.
And then double it up with haste.
Thank you, Anghammarand, for giving me 10 bits for having to suffer through that. I do appreciate that. That's how it works. Leva, you cast Rainbow Pattern, right? What level is that? Or was it Hypnotic
Fifth.
Pattern?
No, that's 6. No, wait, the rainbow pattern. It's actually not that high. It's level 4.
Okay. I can never. I'm really bad at Hypnotic Pattern, Rainbow Pattern, mixing those two up. So let's see. Just calculating out some XP. All right. And that is going to be. Okay. Also, think about if you want to bring like Lenelius or Margoth or Sunfayon or Long or anything like that. Margoth will be happy to come if you want that kind of thing. If you want some extra, backup on whatever's coming.
Yeah, might be worth having people.
Margoth would be good to have along. She hasn't come with us on anything in a while, and she's decent in combat and a pretty good healer too. So
she'd be more decent in combat if I rolled better for her. I swear to God, like her Thaco is not bad, but I keep rolling like 3s and 4s for her.
Welcome to my world.
That's because she fits perfectly into this group, you know.
All right.
So
XP, that is going to be 2,616, 2616 for Lafdul.
Wow.
2696 for Braxon and Ockar.
I'll have to add that later.
2696.
Yep. 2816 for Finn and Solas. Actually, no, not Solas. Sorry. That was. I got that wrong anyway. So Finn, that was 2816, but Solas 2616 and 150 for your wizard.
2616 and 150.
Yep, for the wizard. And
no extra forecasting high level spells.
Leva. 3066 for you, Leva.
Wow.
There we go.
What was the extra for wizard?
Oh, that was for the lightning bolt.
Did I get spell from spell research?
Oh, right. What level was that?
5th level.
Okay. Let me double check something. It comes out a little bit different. 5th level, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Had a... There it is. All right. That is pretty good. 2,500 for your wizard.
As extra, as whole.
Yes, 2,500 extra for your wizard.
Okay, that's pretty good. Almost 4,000 XP for my wizard.
Yep. All right. So when we come back next time, the party is going to be heading into this docking cavern. So you can tell already that there's no obvious lights inside there, so do be prepared for darkness. Most of you can see with infravision. Ockar cannot, so Ockar, you may need to consider something in regards to that.
I have blinds Bathloop memorized. If we need to go quiet, I can cast on him.
Right. Just saying that there's things that you'll need to consider. And think about what items you want to take with you, because obviously you're going to be having to get down this path, going into a some sort of underground complex that you don't know what the size is going to be inside, and you're not going to have all of your full resources.
Yeah. Quick question before we disappear.
Mhm.
When Hularat's can do two sizes, when he's in the combat size, he's like the size of a dog or something, is he?
Yeah, he's a pretty big. Well, I think even larger, but yeah, he's a pretty big bird.
But
So-
still just a big bird.
Yeah. In theory, if we had like light pebbles, we could send in Hularat to drop them and then come back out again or something.
I would
if we
need
wanted
to
to.
look to see if your control is that kind of that level. I mean, if it's just a pebble, then you can do that with a small size, I believe. But I'll need to see what the level of
Yeah.
control you have over it is.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if you can
Yeah, because
direct it
I'm not saying that.
that closely.
Right. I see. Yeah.
Okay. So be prepared for that. Decide how you want to approach the entrance, and that is where we will be for next time. So I want to thank you
guess we're
guys for
gonna have
playing.
a
I want to
line
thank
of
everyone
march.
out there. I'm sorry.
I guess we're gonna have a line of march.
Down
Marching
the thing at least. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to be going. Oh, can you go first?
All right, so when we
Right.
come back next
sorry.
time, we'll see what the party does. I want to thank you guys for playing, and I want to thank everyone out there for watching. See you next time, everyone.
Thanks for the
Take
game.
care, everyone.
Thanks for
See ya.
listening.
Enjoyed it.
Thanks for having us.